didn't rebound the basketball and turn the ball over too many times. That's the main thing I told my team. You can't turn the ball over a lot, and you got to rebound the basketball. We did just the opposite. They had 31 fast break points.
Questions? All right, Coach. Obviously, it was, kind of similar to the women's game. You guys got to a real slow start, trailing by 18 in the first half. So kind of what went into that slow start?
Oh, we missed a lot of bunnies at the rim. There's no doubt about that. We missed a lot of bunnies. I thought we were soft defensively. They got out into a lead. We decided we wanted to play in the second half and get back in the basketball game. But you give a team a big lead like that, it's hard sometimes to come back, and we did. But I think it took a lot of energy out of us when we did that.
Yeah, in the first half, we had technical fouls, flagrant fouls. Was there a little bit of composure issues kind of going on there early on as well?
Yeah. One team shoots 43 free throws, another team shoots 22. I'm not going to get into that. I think Lindenwood played a good basketball game, and they're a good basketball team. They deserve to win.
And obviously with the comeback, you said you guys went on a 21-7 run there to start the second half. So kind of what was your message in the locker room that kind of got things turned around?
No, we cut into the lead right before we got there. It was down by 14. And I just said, just come out the first 5 or 6 minutes. And I think we went on a pretty good run the first 5 or 6 minutes in the first half and got back in the basketball game and got them back on their heels a little bit. And they became a little bit tight, and we got back in the basketball game. At the end of the day, we gave up 16 offensive rebounds, 31 fast break points. We turned the ball over 16 times. You can't turn the ball over against this team that averages 78 points a game. You just can't turn the ball over, and that's exactly what we did. And I think my guys got a little bit tired, and it is what it is.
Talk about that too, because like I said, the women kind of said a similar thing when they use so much energy to kind of.
Well, you're gonna lose. You're gonna use a lot of energy trying to get back in the basketball game. There's no doubt about that. Hey, these guys have played hard all year. We've been down. They could have quit anytime they wanted to. They didn't. It is what it is. It's time to regroup and get ready for next year and get some more players in here.
Kind of just big picture, obviously, we talked extensively about the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just, kind of how that torpedoed some of your lineup and kind of what you want to do this year. But I guess just
There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, those I'll tell you again, Mike, those kids didn't want to be hurt. It is what it is. Now, I'm gonna say it to you this: you take Acuff and Malik Thomas off of Cal's team and see how good they be in the SEC. You can't take 5 good players off your team and think you're going to be the same basketball team. But that said, this team has fought and battled the whole year. Now it's time to regroup and get some more guys in here. It's real simple to me.
And then, Kachi, can you just talk about, obviously, you fouled out there with about 7 minutes left, but, it's a real physical contest throughout. So just kind of talk about the physicality out there tonight.
It was a real physical game. Shout out to Lindenwood. They played, great basketball. They attacked us, in the lane. Really had us on our heels at times, when they were driving. And, it was unfortunate. We had to be, could have been more disciplined. I wasn't trying to foul, but, they got the best of me and us at times when they did attack the lane. And, that's what happened. So, yeah.
And then just from your perspective, kind of, what kind of went into the slow start? Obviously, you guys really, really struggled the first 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what Coach said, it really came down to the rebounding in the beginning of the game and missing, the easy baskets. I had a easy layup I could have made, a few easy layups I could have made in the beginning of the game, and, a few guys, missed some other layups. It was just a team thing, and, in the end, we were able to come out in the second half and start playing better and more focused and trying to make more shots, but, we have to make those easy layups. You don't get those easy shots early on in the game all the time, so, it was unfortunate.
We missed about 8 layups in the first half, at least 8 at the rim, at least 8 legit layups at the rim.
And then last one for me, Coach, I guess just kind of big picture. I mean, how are you going to remember this team?
Well, that they didn't quit. That they played, they competed with all the guys that we had out. They had an excuse not to play and quit, and they didn't. I told them in the locker room I appreciate all those guys because they played their butt off the whole year with what we have. This is not what the team we envision to have on the court. But like I said, this is the hand that I was dealt. Probably 100, 150 games, missed the injuries. It is what it is. Things happen. I've had some bad luck. It is. Now it's time to regroup and get ready for next year.
And what goes into that regrouping, other than getting healthy?
Well, getting those guys healthy, getting some more players in. We all know guys will be transferring, the guys will be leaving. That's just part of the business, the nature of this business that all coaches are in. But at the end of the day, Bake and I and the rest of my staff have been recruiting already. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to replace some guys on the team. That's just the way this business is. I mean, these guys have played hard. I feel bad for them because they played hard all year. They got coached hard by me. They never quit. They had their chances, and we just couldn't get it done. We're shorthanded, man. We're shorthanded. It is what it is. If nobody can see that, then the people are blind. We're shorthanded.